EkkiThump, welcome back to Let's Play Empyrion Galactic Survival. Today we're starting off in creative mode because we need to start working on a new small vehicle design. Now I've got these two lovely ones here. The Pilgrim, which is actually just the Explorer. It might have an extra radar dish on, although ours probably just had one shot off at some point and I didn't notice. There's also this one over here, the Moray Mark II, which is quite fancy. Looks quite good with those insane huge thrusters on it. But that's not what we're doing here. We want to build our own. We like building our own stuff. Or sometimes. Sometimes we do, sometimes we can't be bothered. Today we're going to build our own stuff. So let's have a look at what parts we're going to need. Now the design philosophy is, because remember we are kind of making this as a general purpose SV, but we also want to take it to planet Mare, is it where we're going? Mars, something like that. And we want to use it in the drone race. Now we don't know exactly what the requirements are, but we can kind of guess. It's got to be sort of combat worthy, but also quite sleek and nippy, because it is supposed to be a race. So we're going to want a small vessel starter, obviously. We're going to build it with, let's see, what can we put on small vessel stuff? We want hardened steel. This is the Sathium enhanced stuff that's a bit harder to shoot off. And obviously we're going to want a cockpit of some kind. We'll go for a normal enclosed cockpit if there is one. Here we are. SVHV cockpit blocks. Obviously we're going to want thrusters. Now do we want to stick with the old 80 kilonewton thruster S's, or should we try the medium ones? Let's see, what are these? 160 kilonewtons for 80 kilowatts. Or, yeah, they are slightly more energy efficient. Let's get some of those. And we'll probably want directional thrusters to squeeze on the sides. Some big fat XXL thrusters, a small vehicle. Holy shit. That would give us a lot of acceleration. I bet they're dead expensive though. They certainly take a lot of power. 340 kilowatts versus 45. Yeah, we'll try going up one step to medium thruster blocks, I think. So if we go for like a couple of those, these are going to be our main forward thrusters, but we're also going to want more directional thrusters than we had before. Let's see. I think we want to go for. Ideally, we want to go for railguns. So starter, frame, cockpit, lots of engines, thruster. We're going to want a fuel tank. I think I'm going to try double RCS on this one as well. We're going to want ammo and fuel boxes. So small ammo box and small cargo boxes. We've got fuel tanks. We're going to need a generator, aren't we? Let's see. Generator. We're going to need oxygen. Oxygen tank. We could take an O2 station. I'm not sure if I'm going to put one on or not. We might possibly want some shutters on there to cover up stuff. Let's see. Shutter windows are quite nice for covering up the thrusters and stuff. Anything else we might want? Homing rocket launchers? Yeah, chuck them in there. We do have a fair bit of crap saved up that we can use. Right, now this is not going to be an airtight walk around kind of ship, so we don't want a ventilator. We are going to need some wings. LCD screen. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see if we've got space for one. I've kind of got a shape in mind. I don't think we'll be able to mount an LCD screen on it, but you never know. I think that's it. Deco radars. Ultra rare cargo box from a POI we could put on there. I don't think we'll do that. Nothing else that fits on. Maybe we'll just chuck on some flares for flares and lights and stuff for character. They do take a bit of extra energy, but not that much. They take like 1/45 of the power draw of an engine for each light. Okay, so let's build. Going to start off as normal just plonk down the SV starter. We do want to think. We want to think fairly sleek. Is there a nice long? See, that's nice, but it's got even numbers of blocks on it. I don't want that. I think I want this one, which is too high, but long and thin. Let's just see if we can get it placed where I want it. Let's stick some blocks on the front. That's the kind of thing. Okay, so that's the cockpit and the core place. Now we've got to think about the shape we want. We want the kind of core region. I don't know exactly how big we're going to want it. I suppose that's really... we want it to be as small as possible so it's as light as possible. So it's kind of dictated by what components we have to put down. Right. Let's get this rotated. Generator. Do we even want to like isolate the bits and pieces from the cockpit? Maybe we could even move the core somewhere else. I'll think about the core in a bit. See, the trouble is the more... Although it would be nice to like have each item in its own compartment, the more of these Sathion blocks we put on, the heavier the ship's going to be, the less agile it's going to be. Let's extend it out a little bit more. We do want it to go for kind of a needle-like shape. Let's get RCS units. Yeah, I think we're just going to have a sort of protected central area with everything. Double RCS, fuel tank. We can have an ammo box in there as well, and a cargo box. Oh shit, I've discarded something. Cargo box. What are these? Oh, generators. We don't really need those, but fine. And right, fuel tank, one cargo box, double RCS. Going to want to extend it a little bit. And I'm going to stick on an oxygen tank. And that is all of the main flight components that go inside, I think. We've got power, we've got fuel storage, ammo, cargo, oxygen, double RCS. I think that's it. Now, do we want to move the core in here as well? We should do. This is going to be the... In fact, I will cordon this section off with just some blocks on this end. We've got to try and figure out what shape to put there. It's going to be some sort of weird cut corner, isn't it? I'm not sure that's exactly right, but we can come back to it if it's not. Actually, no, that's not right. That's horrible. What do we want to put there? Shift right click to get rid of a block. Okay, well, we'll think about that because we've got to make sure we've got space to put down. Ah, that's the point. Thrusters, down thrusters. We're going to want to put those on somewhere. Let's have a row of down thrusters here. Now, let me get some night vision goggles. We're gonna need them. Well, maybe not actually, because we can just turn the light on. Right, so that is our up thrust. Now these ones are slightly bigger, these rear thrusters. They would actually slot in quite nicely there. I don't know if this is the safest design, but it's very efficient. Alright, actually this block is the shape we need anyway. All we need is slopes on the side. To come down and cover this bit. Now I did want to do triple side thrusters, so we're going to have to extend out a little bit further. Triple side thrusters for a bit of extra strafing power. So they'll be like here. Here and here. That seems good. And we can slot in some extra Sathium behind it, just for a bit of extra protection for the fuel tank and the generator. The reason I'm not doing symmetry, by the way, is because I'm not sure this is actually the design I want. I've got it sort of half planned out, and I'm sort of winging the rest of it. Maybe do we even want wings on this thing? I kind of feel like it would look better with wings, but maybe we don't need them. It would be nice to have a bit of protection for the cockpit. Get some armor plating on here. Quite thin, so if we have just walls. Along there, and a slope coming out here. So the thing is, I'm not sure exactly how wings affect the aerodynamics of the craft, if at all. Ramp top and bottom at the back. See, this flips over like that and then rotates around. Comes across here. Ramp bottoms go there. It is lacking a certain elegance, but it's protected with like hardened steel from every angle along like the important bits, and we can even put like shutter windows over the engines. These are armoured shutter window blocks. Over the side engines. Now then, we've got to think of somewhere to put the weapons on it as well, though. We could go for sort of a hammerhead design. Actually, yeah, we could. We could have like weapon ports just sticking off the front. Oh, I know where we can get the wings on. If we do this, if we do... Hold on, let's get this right. Bring this out a bit further. No, with the ramp top here. extend the cubes back here. And even like over here. Let's see if what this looks like, just sticking out at the back. And then if we had wings on the bottom, like these ones, for instance. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, flip it around. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. That's not very sleek, is it? Those are too big. What are they? 6 by 9? Yeah. 9 by 6. What's the smallest? 6 by 5s. It looks alright like that, I think. Right, let's repeat this on the other side, and then we'll worry about where we're going to put the weapons on it, and also if we want to give a bit of extra protection to the cockpit and the core. In fact, what we can do with the core is cover that up with one of the landing gears. If there's a landing... Oh, that's the point, landing gears. But yeah, if we can like put a pyramid around it and have like a block down there, and then a landing gear sticking off the leg. Here we are. It does still have a slightly sheddish appearance from this side, like side on, but overall it's got a pretty nice look to it, pretty nice line. Now we've got to spoil that line because we've got to figure out somewhere to put weapons on it. Now ideally I want to go quadruple railgun, quadruple or like double homing missile launcher, because homing missiles are really more for air-to-air combat and railguns are for taking on like hard points. Let's see, how big are the homing rocket launchers? 1 by 3 by 1. Oh, we've got to put more thrusters on anyway. We've got to put the side and down ones on. Now these will slot in pretty nicely here. These rocket launchers. And in terms of protection, we could just give them like ramp tops above. Hold on, I'm completely lost now. Why isn't this rotating that way? There it is. No, there you go. Or we can't because there's actually walls there, aren't there? We need to take those walls out. That one, and that one. There you go. Oh. This thing does behave very strangely sometimes. Oh, what we could do. Yes, what we could do. Let's get rid of these top panels here. Probably going to want to get rid of this side paneling there as well. What we could do is stack the railguns here. I did say it was going to spoil the look of the craft, but it means the guns aren't going to get just blown up instantly. It does look pretty horrific. No, I've got to figure something else out. I can't fly that. do like the look of the railguns there. Maybe we just panel these bits off. Now, despite appearances, I don't think that's exposed at the back. It's got this slope block, which is kind of taking up that voxel there. So it's kind of protected. Just not sure about this bit here now. Okay, let's go with it. It looks just about acceptable to my eye. Okay, so we've got railguns. We're going to want retro thrusters. So we're going to have 3 of those this time, and they're going to go here, but one further back, ideally. That fucking thing. Actually, yeah, we don't need that side block there if we're putting retro thrusters in. They'll need some protection as well. And down thrusters. So we've got up, down, left, right. There's O2 tanks in there. There's ammo. Guns are exposed on top. I kind of feel like I want to put windows over there as well. Just for a bit of extra cover. You know, with that on, it looks like it's kind of like it's wearing a smock, or like a nun's habit maybe. Right. That should be a complete design. Maybe we want to colour it. Before we start faffing around with the colour, let's take it for a bit of a test drive. We could take it down to Omicron. Let's get me some Methium packs, large fuel packs. Right, at 100% fuel. Jeez, even with these thrusters, it's actually fairly slow to accelerate. I suppose it's not that slow actually. God damn it. Stop. One thing I forgot. Landing gears. Got no way to land. Well, we got a way to land, but we just explode. Landing gears for an SV. What are the choices? Is there like there's a 1x1, there's like these feet which are too deep. Or there's these. Let's go with those. I was just thinking, oh, we'll land on Omicron and see how fast we take off, and then I was like, oh no, no we won't. I forgot to put that on. I've also forgotten to shutter off these thrusters down here. So the core gets a nice solid layer of Sathium blocks and also gets a foot protecting it. And actually we've got, this is perfect, so we've got the same 3x3 space at the back to do the same thing. Okay, now we can go down to Omicron and see how it flies. Yeah, the acceleration's not great, even with the two medium thrusters. It does have quite a nice turning circle though. It's fairly swift to brake. Fairly swift to brake, pardon me. It's not going to be stable with these 2 feet, is it? The auto brake isn't actually braking, it's accelerating. So, if I turn the power off, what happens? Does it fall over? It does not. It's actually it's okay pulling up. I'd just like it to have a bit more forward G-force. Strafes reasonably well. It's probably all the thing is, I think the hardened steel blocks are a bit heavier. Yeah, it's not that stable actually. Oh well. Probably needs tripod feet. We'll sort that out when we go back into space, I think. Oh, we can sort it out down here actually. We could put one more rear thruster on. Oh, we could put 2 more rear thrusters on actually. They're not draining that much power. That's more like it. Still okay with 1 generator as well. Plenty of retro. Right, let's just hover a couple of meters off the ground and sort this rear landing gear out. If we make it a tripod, that should do. Yeah, I think we're golden. Right, let's take it into space and give the acceleration a real test. So we can get up to higher speeds up there. Okay, brake to 0. And 0 to 100 in 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, about 3 seconds. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Right, what are we going to do for a paint job on this thing? Could go red and black, although the stealth fighter was green, but red and black is my usual colour set, except when I'm going full clown suit like I do in the Osiris Let's Play. And that's it. Maybe we want to retexture the wings, just so they don't... because the wings have a bit of a different look to the rest of the craft. I don't know if you can actually retexture wings at all. Oh, yeah, you can. Apparently you shouldn't, but you can. I'm just going to cycle through all of them and decide that they're all hideous and I just want the original texture. So that's horrible. That's okay, but it's not great. That's horrible. They're kind of funky. I'll give them that. See, that would be alright on more of a sort of junkyard looking ship. If you were like trying to build some kind of, like a Rifter from Eve or something like that, but along that same sort of design philosophy. All of these are absolute eyesores. This is where we start getting the clean, simple ones. Most of these are just make it look tartan. We could just go for a very sleek one-piece wing. Well, there's your basic wing texture. Let's stick with the basic wing texture. Why is this one different? Why does that wing have a different... are these different wings? Oh, I put different wings on. Why has one got double the amount of pieces? Okay, fine. Well, that is going to annoy me, so we'll go with sleek one-piece wing. Couple of bits here where I went a bit crazy with the black. Okay, let's save that to the workshop. Not the workshop, but my personal stash. Needs a name, so because it reminded me of a nun, I'm going to call it the Sister of Mercy. Let's have a look at the requirements. Is it incredibly expensive? It's not actually. We're going to need to find some Erestrum and Zascosium, some power coils, but only 92 Sathium, 562 iron. The expensive part is going to be fueling and arming it. Okay, fine. Let us hop back into actual gameplay and let's see. Jeez, we are very, very hungry. Luckily we've got a ton of emergency rations left, which I shouldn't be eating because I'm back at base, but never mind. Now we're going to need to find a whole bunch of stuff to throw into the factory to build where are we? Sister of Mercy to factory. Production time 55 minutes. Right, let's see what we've got in the cargo storage. We should have a ton of just general crap we can toss in there. And if we run out of general crap, we have some materials left over in the constructor inventory. So, for instance, this M thruster block, quite nice, gives us some neodymium, and this M thruster block, like it. This harvester module, we need some power coils or something. This railgun, that can go in there. This plasma cannon, very nice, that's half the advanced materials. This rocket launcher can go in there. Down to 48 minutes already. This plasma turret should get us a lot of stuff, it did. Got a rocket turret here. This laser pistol, which I don't really care about. Oh, we get the laser upgrade kit back. Excellent. LP charges, they gave it something. It won't accept it if it gives it nothing. I'm not sure, I didn't see what it gave it. I'm tossing these reactors that I'm just carrying around with me for some reason. Fuel tanks. We are filling up the irons. Right, what we need now is one power coil, and then we've got to go and get a bunch of sathium. Not a bunch actually, like 20 ingots. If I have any hardened blocks lying around, that would be ideal. Just wonder if there's anything that uses a power coil in here. What are these? These are just normal steel. One of these turrets probably uses a power coil, or this laser pistol, or this flak turret. There's no sathium steel bits and pieces laying around, sadly. I think we've used what meager supplies we had. So we'll probably have to go into space and get a little bit of sathium off an asteroid. But that's fine. Let's just see if one of these gives us... No. There we go. Right, so it's just the sathium now. Now, when I left off, we were creating a bunch of power here. Oh no, there's gold. See, there's 4 sathium ore there, that's not enough. And 2 ingots. Oh, 76 hardened steel plates ought to do it though. There we go, feeding them in a couple at a time. Brilliant. 14 minutes 38. Right. Advanced constructor access. Get those out. Let's keep on filling up the fuel tank just to make sure it stays full. Now, next order of business is we're in the wrong system, so we need to go and get even more warp crystals to make. What's the jump distance back to where we were going to get the food? The Elia, rather. 16.2. And we've got 2, so we need 14 warp crystals. Well, that's a good excuse for a few minutes of fucking around. Which is really all we'll need. We've just got to go get enough to get us back to Elia, and then we'll be off again. Now remember, this planet is poison hell, so we don't want to be out for too long. Oh Jesus, bike doesn't like this surface apparently. Not a bloody sausage in that little little pond there. So where's our next target? We could go for this one, which is like north over the mountain range. Oh, I see what happens. Now I get it. You float underwater if you've got an empty hand. I guess that makes sense. You're sort of swimming. Oh, might as well take the bike, mightn't I? That plasma. No, that plasma doesn't degrade. That's the T6, which I think that's the stuff you need to make the advanced medkits. So it's actually not all the way to the whichever world we found it. Was it Sant, where we found the plasma mushrooms? They make, it might just be the small medkits that these make, but anyway, it's a supply of medkit stuff. Right, here, this is a nice big lake, so we should find some crystals here at the very least. What's easier to look with, night vision or torch? Probably night vision. Just checking I've got some oxygen bottles on me. I have. I have not found a single bloody crystal down here. I'm also running low on oxygen. It's about time I started thinking about heading back to the invader. Yeah, it's 2 whole ponds where we've found nothing. There's not another planet in this system, is there? There are 2 other planets. Maybe another one of the other ones is easier to find crystals on. Well, there's our SV. So we'll continue the hunt for warp crystals next time. We'll just get back inside and get a breath of air. We need to get some fuel and some oxygen for its tanks. We need to think about making some ammunition for it, but we'll worry about that a bit later on. We're not planning to take it directly into combat. It's very much on the running away protocol at the moment. Am I on the wrong side? Yeah. Where am I? Where's the... oh, there's the ramp. Get some fuel, get some O2, get it deployed. And we'll actually take it to a different planet and get ourselves situated there for next time. So... first aid and... where's the O2 station? I'm very hungry. Fine, let's raid the fridge first. Grilled steak. Some fries to go with it. We can actually have a ham as well. And some waffles. Leaves us at 100 hunger, more or less. A nice pumpkin cookie and a pear thing. Where is that O2 station? Ah, there it is. Right, so we had some power packs coming off. Have we got any Promethium left, or is that it? That's it. So we do have to be a bit cautious. We're going to need to do even more Promethium mining, I think, but that'll do us for now. Where did I... oh shit, did I leave the purple bottles of oxygen in the Explorer when we abandoned it? Oh, that could be an issue. I hope I've got some lying around somewhere. We've got 2 bottles of oxygen left. That'll do for starters. Oh shit, okay. Did by any chance did we drop an O2 generator on this planet? Yeah, we did. Brilliant. Okay. There's probably nothing in it, but at least we can go over there and charge it up. Okay, well, anyway, let's deploy. Hold on. It's in the blueprints menu somewhere under completed, isn't it? Completed, Sister of Mercy. Spawn. Oh, there he goes. Still not quite stable when you do that with it. Still docked though, apparently. Right, group everything. Right. Tossing. Oh, actually, that's pretty cheap in terms of fuel it requires. Fill up the oxygen tanks. Okay, let's go over to that O2 generator. Just pray there's stuff in it. If not, then we need to charge it up again. Oh look, there's the good old Alien King Palace, I think, and the abandoned factory. Shit, you know I had like 50 bottles of oxygen? I left them all in that goddamn Explorer's cargo hold when we abandoned it. It's probably not even there anymore, it's probably despawned by now. No point crying over spilt milk, but still. Right, let's see if there is anything left in this. $32. Excellent. Okay, let's actually charge it up again, keep it rolling. Okay, well, we've got an oxygen source, so that's good. Alright, that'll do it for one episode of Empyrion. Join me next time when we'll be going to look for a more reliable source of warp crystals so that we can get back to Elia and get our food supply sorted out. In the meantime, I've been EkkiThump. This has been Let's Play Empyrion Galactic Survival. Do hope you've enjoyed it, like and subscribe if you would like to see more gameplay of this game, and I will see you next time.